Hello, this is Hal Ruth, and I'm with Equalizer9, and this is your Equalizer9 Tip of the Week. It's going to be a short one today. We're going to talk about, do you have a healthy pipeline? And you hear people talking about that all the time, about you need to have a healthy sales pipeline, but do you really know what that means? Do you really know the difference in a healthy pipeline and a pipeline that is not so healthy? Well, let's talk a little bit about that. And really, it comes down to math. So, the first thing you need to understand to know if you have a healthy pipeline is, number one, do you know what your win rate is? And win rate is simply the wins, dollar amount of wins in a given year divided by the total projects pursued in that given year, the things you went after during that given year. And so that will create a ratio or create a percentage. So a healthy win rate in the AEC world, can't speak for other industries, but a healthy one would be in the 30% range. A really good one would probably be in the 40 to 45%. If you're above 45%, you're in an elite level. In fact, when you start to get above 50%, I would ask you, you're probably not chasing enough work, and that means your pipeline's, there's not enough in your pipeline. But if you're below the 20% or 20% range, you're below the industry average. But here's the way you determine if you have a healthy pipeline or not. Based on your win rate, let's say your win rate is 33%, which is not bad, and your goal is $100 million in sales for the year. Well, what that means, if your win rate is 33%, that means you got to be swinging at $300 million during any given year to have $100 million in sales. $300 million has to come all the way through your pipeline to a decision point in order for you to have $100 million in wins. And so there's going to be some projects which you're going to say no to, or it's not going to be a fit for you, or the project's going to be canceled. So my rule of thumb is I'm going to add more on to that ratio. So if I win at typically a 33% rate, that means 3 times. I'm going to make it 5 times. So that means I need 5 times in my short-term, fairly short-term to middle-term pipeline in order to meet my annual sales goal. So if my sales goal is 100 million, I probably need 500 million in what I call middle game, which is sort of your next 6-month to 8-month view of your pipeline. And then I probably need about 7 times that in my overall pipeline, which is all the way back, even more than a year. And so that is how to judge if you have a healthy pipeline or not a healthy pipeline. At least that's one way to judge. So take a look at your pipelines, try to calculate what your win rate is, and then you should be able to figure out if you have a healthy pipeline or not. This is Hal Ruth with a very quick Equalizer Tip of the Week.